here with a chipotle, shredded beef, chili, and a lesson on the value of batch cooking. Chef Paul Lillakas, everyone! You've got great recipes, beautiful presentation, and now you're saving us money as well, which you've been doing a lot on your socials, and we enjoy it. Talk a little bit to me about batch cooking.
Okay, so I mean, I've been batch cooking for a long time, but I think a lot of people are intimidated not only by the actual cooking large batches, but buying the ingredients.
Yes.
So, you know, I brought my favorite chili recipe. I was saying I'm getting like chili cook-off vibes here,
right?
But only one contestant, so I'm gonna win this time.
I think you're gonna win. You win anyways.
Thank you.
And you brought like the big pots.
Yes,
right?
yes. So when it's time to make chili, and this is a different kind of chili. We've all had the chilies that are made with ground beef, ground pork, ground turkey. This is a shredded chipotle beef chili. Nice shreds of braised beef in there, deep, rich flavor, and it's all cooked in the same pot. So, you know, this is a pot, this is a big pot. This one, I made a double batch, so we can share. This is my big batch pot from home. Obviously, you could make like a triple batch in here. And the advantage is that you can cook and freeze a bunch. So chili is one of those dishes that takes a little bit of time to cook, but then freezes so well, even tastes better the next day or when you thaw it.
I want to talk about this beef.
Yes.
So let's talk about buying it, what the cuts are that you would usually go for.
Exactly. So instead of ground beef, which I'll mention, you can make this recipe with ground beef if you want to. But if you want that braised beef chili, I'm using a big piece of chuck today. If you find big pieces of beef, chuck, round, top sirloin, you can just buy those, cut them up, freeze what you don't need, and then I like to cut them into manageable pieces. So something like this, you know, 2-inch by 2-inch by 3-inch or so, and lots of salt on the outside, and this gets them ready for browning. This is one of the most important steps. So on the outside, lots of salt, leave it for 10-15 minutes, and then pat off that moisture. And then into the same pot, you're making everything in, a little bit of hot canola oil, and then just sear it till it's really nice and brown. And that's the beginning of your chili. After that, all your other ingredients just go in. And my chili has a few secret ingredients that make it so special.
What's the secret?
Okay, so of course it's got your typical ingredients, lots of tomatoes. Buy good quality tomatoes. Your chili will taste better, by the way.
Okay. You don't just use the canned, like diced tomatoes, but just get the good quality ones.
Yeah. Chipotles in adobo sauce. You want to smell that? These are smoked jalapenos. They are packed in adobo sauce. I just put them in the blender, and then I use a little bit. It adds smokiness. It adds spice. Shredded sweet potato.
Oh, see, that I didn't expect.
Right. So this.
Does anybody do sweet potato in your chili? Anyone? See, so I'm not the only one.
We're going to change minds today.
Okay, good. So why do you do that?
It adds sweetness.
It's good for you.
After the 4 hours of slow cooking, it literally melts away, thickening the sauce, and it adds nutrients.
Good.
So it's just another way to enrich your chili. And then after 4 hours or so, I pull out my chunks of beef, and they just shred apart.
Okay, so is it just, so the beef's in there, you've put everything with it, and the beef has now become like the pulled...
Like pulled pork.
Got it.
It shreds apart. You can pull that out, shred that apart. I put the beans in at the end.
Okay.
And then I just reincorporate the beef, and you get this beautiful, rich, braisy chili.
Yeah.
And then we set up a little toppings bar here.
Ooh.
And I like to invite anybody in the house to come and dress it up any way they like. So.
Before we even get to that, though, talk to me a little bit of if we want to find these huge, almost like industrial-looking pots, and we don't want to spend $1 billion. Have you got tips for us?
Good point. So, yeah, you can get big pots like this at the expensive stores, you know, where they're really expensive.
Yes.
But I got mine, which, as you can see, I've had for years. It's been beat up, you know, well used.
It's been loved.
This I got for like half the price that you'd expect because I got it at a restaurant supply store.
Oh, good.
So you can even get it at a thrift shop because people are constantly you know, finding these in like grandma's kitchen. They don't know what to do with it. They put it out there.
I love that. That is so good. And I love anything well used from the kitchen. It doesn't need to be shiny new. It needs to look like it's been used and loved, just like a good cookbook.
Right. You know a lot of good foods come out of this.
Yeah. Okay, so back to this topping bar. What have we got for your chili toppings?
Okay, so I've got a little diced avocado here, some sour cream, some shredded cheddar cheese.
Nice.
And you can add whatever you like there. Fresh cilantro, some sliced green onions. If you want something crispy, you could add hickory sticks or Fritos or something like that.
Would you do that?
Oh, yeah.
I love hickory sticks. We had them on the show, our All About Canada show. I didn't know they were Canadian.
Potatoes.
I feel like we should share maybe a little bit.
Yes.
So we've got Myrna in the audience. Myrna, why don't you come on up here? Give Myrna some love, everybody. So Myrna is visiting from out of town. Come on in and stand right here.
There you go.
I heard that you were here on a bit of a like sisters, girls trip.
We are. My sister's they're from New Brunswick, and I'm from Prince Edward Island.
I love that.
We flew in yesterday.
Yeah.
And we're here for a couple days by back Friday. So
Yes.
we are super stoked.
Well, I love that you're here, and I thought, well, you came all the way from the East Coast. You should have some chili.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So actually, before you even dig in, Myrna, do you want to throw some of these toppings on?
What's speaking to you?
Like,
Definitely the cheese,
Go for
sour
it.
cream.
since you're a guest, I'm going to do it for
Thank
you.
Thank you. Sour
And I don't
cream.
do this for just anyone, Myrna.
I appreciate it.
There you
Full
go.
service.
And avocados,
Yes.
too.
You want a little bit of
I've never had
avocado?
avocados or sour cream.
In your chili or
chili,
ever?
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's kind of nice. I also
Lovely.
think
That's
that
yours.
you go for that.
Yeah.
And you let him know how you feel about it. But I feel like, do you all want chili as well? Yeah.
You like it?
Good. She loves it.
It's a little different too, right?
I love that.
Yummy.
Myrna loves it.
Yes.
I'm so glad
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. You're welcome.
Chef Paul Lillakas' beautiful chili. Grab one.